Welcome to the next video, and I hope you are now clear with the concept of creating sprite and drawing them on the screen. So now in this video we will learn how to give a color to this sprite. And another thing also which I skipped in the last video is about how to save the project. So we will cover these two things. It's very simple. If you go to the sprites in the toolbox, you will be seeing a lot of properties here which you can experiment with. They are all to help you out to use the properties and do the designing of the game. So here, to change the shape color of the sprite, we have a function, or we have a property called shape color. And before that, another important thing is to change the name. Why name change? If you don't change the name, and if you are working with a single sprite, see, suppose we have selected the shape color, and of course you need to drag and drop the shape color outside the draw function. It's best to remember wherever we are creating the sprite, just after that we can use the shape color. And here equal to, and then within quotations, you will always have to give color within quotations. Without quotations it doesn't work. Now if you see, the color has got changed. Now if you are using only one sprite, there will be no problem. But now suppose I want to create another sprite. So how we create another sprite? drawSprites is a one-time work, we don't have to do. But every time we require a sprite, we have to go to the sprites and we have to drag and drop createSprite. So this is another sprite, and if you see, you will be able to see this sprite also with default values, of course. Now I want to change its color to green. So what you will do? You will definitely drag and drop the shape color. Fine, let me find out. Shape color equal to green. The green color is set. Now suppose you want to do something else. How will you? Suppose you have the same name for two kids in the school. So how will you ask for the name? If you call someone, the other one will also answer, right? So here is also the same problem. Two things with the same name is something is very difficult. So here let me make it look like a small square ball. Of course square is not a ball, but we will, over the time we will use images to give it a best look. So now if I have this ball, and the ball's name is also sprite, and the bat's name or paddle's name is also sprite, that should not work. So what we need to do, every time we create a sprite, we should give a proper name. You should remember the name which is, you are also able to relate to. You are creating a paddle or bat or ball and giving it a name of bird will create confusions, not only with you but also with the people who wants to use it, and they will not say something good, that they will anyways feel the code is quite confusing just because of the names. Here for the second sprite, what we will give? ball.shapeColor. So whatever now you want to do, it will be far easier. Anywhere you want to access ball or the paddle, you can easily give the name and use them. Correct? So this is how we use the shape color. So we drag and drop from the toolbox the shape color one. Just need to find it, or you can directly write it also. Let me show you the directly writing thing, because as a coder I always encourage that you should always write down the things. So let me just create a variable where once you start writing, you will be able to create them. Okay, so what object should I write? I'm just trying to think. Maybe paddle 2. Of course, this is not everything. The paddle 2 is not saying, because you might get confused. We can name it blue paddle, suppose. So blue paddle, and also observe that I am giving the name which starts with small letter, and in the middle you can give capital letter. Here if you are giving space, will not work. Computer object names are never used as spaces, okay? They don't have surnames, for example. You just need to use them all together. Whatever name you want to give, you will have to write a single word. Even if you want to write, suppose blue paddle is my favorite, so you cannot write this way, you will have to write this way. Maybe you can start with a camel style. This is here, if you see, blue paddle is my favorite. It's a sentence, but we cannot write with spaces, so we can use the capital letters in the middle wherever we need spaces. Okay, so now blue paddle equal to the function name, if you say createSprite. And the best part about code.org is you will get the suggestion always, auto suggestion. So select the createSprite, and inside that you can give the coordinates. See, it is prompting x. X means left and right, because you have left right hand. If you remember the last class, I just told you that. So maybe I don't know which line, so I can take help of this coordinates. If you see, it starts from middle. Suppose I want to put something here, so I should check from middle. If you see, it is 330 approximately and 100, so I can give 330 comma 100. I was just checking the down XY, okay, below the reset button. And then the width and height, maybe I want to keep same like the first paddle or the red paddle. If you see, it's almost the same because I have given the same shape. Now in the next line, of course semicolon is optional here, you can give or you can skip. Now I want to use its shape color, so my object name is what? Correct, blue paddle. So blue paddle dot shape color, whenever I just give SHA also, it is able to understand its shape color, equal to, now if I give directly this will show error. The error is showing up in drawSprites, but the actual error is I forgot to give the quotation. So you will have to give the quotation. Whenever you get some errors, always check the spelling and whether you have used the quotation properly and the brackets properly. These are the most frequently done mistakes, okay? So the shape color is done. Now here, how we save this project? If you see rename, we just need to rename my basic game tutorial. Suppose I want to name it, and save. And you can happily close the tab if you want. Again in the next time whenever you are logging in the way I showed you, and there inside my projects you should be able to get your project back. Let me show you. Go to my projects, scroll down, see here is a start new project. Do not click on that. Below the start new project you will be able to see your projects, and here if you see my basic game tutorial, which one I was just creating, so the one I'll again start on creating. Okay, so the questions you should now remember is, why should we name the sprites and how to name the sprites? First question. Second question is, what is the property name to give the color to the object? And third question is, what is the exact syntax to give the color basically to the object? And the fourth question is whether we use the color property inside the draw function or outside. Exactly where do we generally give the option, I mean property set for the color. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.